What is up, YouTube? Welcome back to POV Pottery. Today we're gonna alter some bowls, and you know, sometimes I got students who are asking me, what do you do when the base of your clay is off center? Like, I've got a little bit of off centeredness right here, down here, right now. And this is especially pesky if you have a large piece of clay. You just take your sponge, get both hands, real strong, push in, seal that deal. That's what I do. Push in, seal that deal. That's step one. Step two is push both hands in from 9 o'clock and 3 o'clock. Bring that clay up, cone it up, bend that cone forward and down. This is how you center a larger piece of clay. And then I'm always gonna go back to this. Go back to that sponge, getting that totally centered. Now, if you're throwing off the hump, it's okay if the bottom is a little bit off-centered. If you're throwing a huge piece of clay, if you're trying to throw a large vase, then absolutely you need this part centered. And what I just did right here is I call the finger drop. At 3 o'clock, you drop your right index finger down the side, and that will also help you center that clay right at the base. Okay? So, once again, throwing off the hump, I grab a ball of clay about the size of an orange, dig in with my pinky, push down with my thumbs, check this pull out. This is an inside. If you can come on inside, come on inside. Look at this. This is a unique pull. I'm gonna press with my thumbs towards my 10 or 11 o'clock. Look at that. Pushing at 10 or 11 o'clock, and I'm basically pinching that clay, doing that motion with my hands, and I did a pull. I learned this technique from a potter named Shinsuke, and he was a potter. I'm probably forgetting his name. He was a potter who was a representative for Shimpo, the motor company that also makes ceramic wheels and bent slab roller ceramic equipment. And the other thing he did was he used this tool. This is a cow's tongue. Mine's covered in clay, but it's a curved piece of wood. And what I like to do, check this out. Come in, and you can really get that good floor compression if you are throwing off the hump, which is super duper key so that you don't get a S-crack. Okay, so this first alteration that I'm going to show you, let's get a little bit more belly. There we go. This first alteration I'm going to show you is what you do if you have a very thin bowl, and especially a very thin rim. Sometimes my students will make rims that are really so thin, I think it's almost impractical. They're kind of sharp, like that. This kind of rim will often break. So when I see a student who has a rim this thin, I often recommend doing this, bending that rim. Can you see my fingers? I'm going to bend that rim down over your right index finger. Just keep bending it down. Folding it. See, now it's doing that. It's curving. And I'm going to tuck it in very gently. Start to collapse that space. And look at that rim. That's a rolled rim. It gives the illusion that the rim is thick, but it's absolutely not. So when you pick up this bowl, there might be a moment of surprise. because oftentimes you would equate the thickness of a rim with the thickness of the wall, which in this case is quite different. I always like to finish with a chamois, if you have one. It's just a nice little finishing touch. Okay, gonna make an undercut with my index finger. Take my trusty cutoff wire that I made, pull through, get yourself a wear board, and that's alteration number 1. Now you know what else you can do with a rolled rim? You can just do a little, you can keep going with your alterations. Sometimes I'll like to do 2 pinches like that. That way you can set your chopsticks down when you're eating your rice. Okay, let's do another one. This next one is one of my favorite ones. Okay, once again I'm going to do that thumb pull at 10 o'clock. I'm going to make a nice thick tall cylinder. Not tall, but a thick, taller than wide cylinder. And then I'll clean it up. Clean up the sides with a piece of wood. And then I'll take this. This is another Japanese tool I got in Tokyo. This is like a little horseshoe tool. You can make these. Maybe I'll have another tool making video where I show you how to make these, and I'll show you how to make a cutoff wire. Next video. Check this out. I'm gonna spin the wheel slowly and slice through the wall. And then I'm gonna peel back these strips of clay, and this is a spiral faceted bowl. Okay, now when I like to spiral facet, I won't touch the outside anymore. I'm just gonna touch the inside. Right now I'm opening up this bowl with my hand, inserting and opening it. And sometimes, yeah, that's kind of nice, a little round belly. And I will finish it off with my little extra compression. And chamois that rim. Undercut with my fingernail, cut it off with my fishing line, and then lift off. Spiral faceted little small bowl. How about one more? Open up that clay, push towards 10 o'clock, lift straight up. Well, this time I'll do the straight facet. Okay, nice thick cylinder. Compress that wall. do the straight up cylinder, or the straight up facet. And go north, south, east and west. Cutting facets off in the cardinal directions. And sometimes, if I'm lucky, after I cut through the walls, if you spin, your pot will fly off the wheel, like fly like a helicopter. It's kind of like Wall-E, or Evie from the movie Wall-E. Sometimes they all fall off and it's fun, but sometimes they get stuck back on. The reason it gets stuck back on is because as soon as the wire goes through, the clay kind of, flops back down, and it will reattach itself, especially if you've got clay that's really, really wet like this. Which is one of the reasons why for my cutoff wire I use two pieces of wire that are twisted together. And the twists together leave a thick and a thin point, so the pieces don't stick together as much. And I also will cut while going, from the outside in while the wheel is spinning. Alright, here we go. Cool. Let's do a slightly different shape this time. I'll use my my cow tongue again. I'm going to push down, of course, to compress that floor. This time I'm going to go a little bit wider. And the last time my pot had a slightly round feel to it. For this one, I think I want more vertical walls. Yeah, like that. Okay. I'll chamois that rim. Okay. Undercut with my fingernail. Cut through. And there you go. 3 different altered bowls. 1, 2, 3. Altered bowls are really fun. Just try making a bowl and doing something different, either using the horseshoe tool or playing with the bowl. I'll show you one more thing. Check out some of the other altered bowls that I made a little bit earlier today. Here they are. Maybe I'll show these a little next time. Check this one out. This is a split rim bowl that I altered. This is a folded rim, similar to that first bowl I showed you, the rolled rim, only I folded it in a triangle. Yeah, there's a lot of fun things you can do to make your pottery stand out, make it a little bit different from the bowls you buy at the Pottery Barn. Alright y'all, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, leave a comment below. Peace!